The goal of education is not to produce higher exam scores, but to educate learners to become responsible people with well-developed minds and good character. Educators are contestably the most important members of our society because fact says that they play important role in students' motivation. Also, they are about to give children a purpose, set them up for success as citizens of our world, and inspire in them a drive to do well and succeed in life. They are the leaders of tomorrow, and educators are that critical point that makes a child ready for their future. Children carry what they are taught at a young age throughout the rest of their lives. They will use what they have learned to influence society. Everyone knows that today's youth will become tomorrow's leaders, and educators have access to educate the youth in their most impressionable years. The teacher-student connection is invaluable for some students who may otherwise not have that stability. Educators will stay positive for their students even when things can seem grim because they provide guidance to students of all types. Moreover, they are able to see each student's strengths and weaknesses and can provide assistance and guidance to either get them up to speed or push them higher. Many scholars suggest that when teachers treat students with respect and seek out, listen to, and value their opinions, students are more willing to commit themselves to the hard work entailed in learning. A third-year high school Filipino teacher, Boyet, was discussing a novel about conservative customs in the Philippines when a student said that the custom of seating boys and girls on opposite sides of the classroom was ridiculous. Boyet said that some current attitudes are just as ridiculous. As an example, he introduced the subject of taboo words and wrote the word kantutan on the blackboard. He then asked the class in general for an explanation. After a couple of minutes, a boy volunteered the word meant pakikipagtalik. Plaintiff Boyet, without using the word verbally, said, "We have two words, pakikipagtalik, and this word on the board. One is accepted by society, the other is not accepted. It is a taboo word." After a few minutes of discussion, Boyet went on to other matters. As a result of this incident, Boyet was dismissed and took his case to court. Issue involved whether or not Boyet was accorded due process is his dismissal was valid. Decision? No. According to our Bill of Rights in Article 3, Section 1, all persons shall not be deprived of due process nor equal protection of the laws. The Constitution, statutes, and jurisprudence uniformly guarantee to every employee or worker security, meaning that an employer shall not dismiss an employee except for a just or authorized cause and only after due process is observed. The Supreme Court summarized the essence of due process in the famous case of Inat versus Intermediate Appellate Court, wherein its most basic concept is traced to Themistocles, who cried, "Strike, but hear me first." Given the facts in the case at bar, it was stated that Boyet's dismissal was only due to the incident, hence it is incumbent upon the school to prove that there was just cause in accordance to Article 297 of the Labor Code to justify their action. Serious misconduct or willful disobedience by the employee of the lawful orders of his employer or representative in connection with his work. Gross and habitual neglect by the employee of his duties. Fraud or willful breach by the employee of the trust reposed in him by his employer or duly authorized representative. Commission of a crime or offense by the employee against the person of his employer or any immediate member of his family or his duly authorized representative, and other causes analogous to the foregoing. Unless the school is being run by tradition, which is germane in a conservative association where culture, habits, beliefs, and customs are elements that must be given consideration, similar to the case of Chan Kuan v. Chiang, Kai-shek College. The act of introducing the subject of taboo words in connection to a lecture on conservative Philippine customs could not fall under the standards on just causes for dismissal, which was provided for in DOLE Department Order No. 14715, Section 5.2. The right of an employer to dismiss employees on valid grounds must be not exercised arbitrarily and without just cause. In the case of Brown Madonna Press Incorporation v. Casas, the Supreme Court held an employee's removal for just an authorized cause but without complying with the proper procedure, on the other hand, does not invalidate the dismissal. It obligates the erring employer to pay nominal damages to the employee as penalty for not complying with the procedural requirements of due process. Thus, two separate inquiries must be made in resolving illegal dismissal cases. First, whether the dismissal had been made in accordance with the procedure set in the Labor Code, and second, whether the dismissal had been for just or authorized cause. Furthermore, for the dismissal to be in accordance with the procedural due process under the Labor Code, it should involve a two-notice rule, a notice of intent to dismiss specifying the ground for termination and giving said employer reasonable opportunity within which to explain his or her side. Termination for an authorized cause would also involve a written notice of dismissal to the employee specifying the grounds at least 30 days before the date of termination. Such notice was absent, seeing that Boyet immediately took the case to the court. Significance of the case. Promoting the rule of law in education helps learners acquire the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes they need to contribute constructively to society. It allows them to positively shape public institutions and their policies, thereby encouraging nonviolent and peaceful avenues of civic engagement. This case is significant especially to the teacher and students for them to know their limits on how they are going to interact to one another. The teacher must aware and responsible to his or her action considering the sensitivity of the students. Also, the students as well must think properly that some of the sensitive terms are not right and should not be taught. These are the glossary of terms: authorized cause, due process, illegal dismissal, just cause, procedural due process, substantive due process, tenurial security, and termination by employer.